Hi, welcome to the Modern Renaissance Man Show. I'm Ben Copeland, the Modern Renaissance Man, and this is 5-year show. Yay! That's some noise. Whee! Yes, believe it or not, we have actually been on the air for 5 years. We have at least 5 people that watch it over the 5-year period, probably one every year at least. We think we're doing pretty well. We have a great time doing the show. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. Here we are, 2010, the 2nd of July, getting ready to go into a fun weekend, and hopefully you're watching us to start off the show. Talk about fun stuff. Have you seen it's on the websites, this neat little video about babies. I've seen little babies on skates. Has anybody seen that? Have y'all seen the babies on the roller skate? Isn't that the coolest thing? It's a Canadian, there's a Canadian commercial, and I can't remember exactly what the commercial, I think it's a hand lotion or something like that. But this guy is taking these babies and he puts them on skates, and they're like just skating all over. I mean, itty bitty little babies. And it's just a phenomenal thing to watch. If you ever get a chance to go look at babies on the YouTube things and stuff like that, and you'll find it. Cool video. Segways. Are you familiar with those? Have you seen those? Anybody seen the Segways uptown? The little two-wheel things that ride around and keep waiting for people to fall off. Segways are these new vehicles to ride on sidewalks, so they're only supposed to do 12 miles an hour. But I tell you what, I think some of these bust that limit. But they're like a little bicycle wheel, and two. I've got strange things going on here. We're almost live. 2 little handlebars kind of things and 2 wheels. And you see the police on them now. But what scares me now is I see tour groups going, and I'm waiting for somebody to run over a pedestrian on the sidewalk. I mean, it's enough we have to deal with the bicycles now on the streets of these old men in their zoot suits with their spandex outfits and whatever, cruising down the street at 40 miles an hour. Now we got to deal with these Segways. I tell you what, I got the answer to deal with the traffic problem in Charlotte, how to deal with the speed problem in Charlotte, how to stop wrecks. We start making cars out of balsa wood. I talked to Kate about this. This is ideal. So basically, balsa wood is a very thin, lightweight wood. So all bodies of a car are made with balsa wood. So basically, it's real simple. If you hit somebody and you're doing in excess of, say, 30 miles an hour, you're probably dead. End of story. So everybody will learn to slow down. We need smaller engines, use less gas, so we help our economy, and we kill less people. Balsa wood cars. It's a simple way to answer to handle diminishing wrecks, lives getting injured. Just think about the drunk driver. You know, if they get out there and they're doing 20 miles an hour, they just destroy their car and they're just laying on the side of the street and they're okay and they haven't hurt anybody. 30 miles an hour, well, I guess something's destroyed here. Balsa wood cars, that's what we ought to talk about. Pet peeve here lately. You buy a DVD because it's illegal to copy one. If you copy one, you get more jail time than if you go out and shoot somebody. DVDs, well, not only do they now make you watch previews to movies that might have come out 10 years ago, as if they're new. Now they're sticking commercials on them. So you buy a movie, you have to go through the previews, and then they have the commercials. And now they're putting on the PSAs about anti-smoking. Well, you know what? That's a philosophical standpoint. Why don't you keep your opinions to yourself? How about some anti-drinking? How about some of these anti-other things that we could have in our society? I'm really not buying the DVD to listen to somebody's opinion about how I do with my life. I bought it to watch the movie. If you can't make a copy of it, then keep your opinions to yourself. That's the way I sort of see about that. Recent story here we are in July, about a month ago. Here's this guy gets expelled from this college for saying the F word, and he wants to sue him because he believes in free speech. Last time I went to college, the F word really wasn't appreciated in class. Wasn't appreciated in high school, wasn't appreciated in middle school, wasn't appreciated in elementary school. It's not appreciated in my job. Dude, grow up and get over it. If you can't control yourself in language, you don't like your grade, you just need to do better. Obviously, you're probably getting an F for your classwork, which is why you said the F word. Grow up, get over it. New topic for you. I'm a proud card-carrying member of the NRA. Let everybody know that. They called me about a year ago, said, you want to join? Well, I don't know. Oh, we'll give you this free hat. That sounds pretty cool. I like hats. Maybe we'll get into some shows and you get a magazine about guns. Well, that's what I like to read that once in a while, something to do, you know. Okay, so I joined the NRA. Well, I decided next, you know, the NRA membership's going to expire. I'm going to join the ACLU. I want them to call me so I can join them, because then I can be American Civil Liberties Union to protect my rights to be a member of the NRA. And that would be a great way to do that. So then I can have protect the rights to have the gun. And then I want to do that for about a year. And then I want to join the PETA group, because then I can protect my rights not to shoot animals with the gun that I carry. But the problem I have is that, what's the PETA people got to do with the bread people, and what's they got to do with animals? I thought PETA is what you made a sandwich with. If I sound like I'm getting on my soapbox, I think I will. Decided to free will it tonight and not actually write a soap. We used to do soap all straight off the cuff a few years ago, and it was making me brain dead. But I decided to go ahead and go with it again tonight of sort of a brain dump soapbox. U.S. government, here we are. It's July 2nd, 2010. Let's talk about the government, what's going on. We've got a pretty boy president, probably shouldn't have been there. I think he was mature enough to be there. I voted for him, but I voted for him particularly on race issue, not to do with his skill set. And I've said that once, and I'll say that again. That's the only reason I voted for him. I think it's time that we had racial equality all the way to the top executive level in this country. Unfortunately, I think he's proven out that he is immature regardless of race. Other things about this country. Why would we ever link education to health care with regard to student loans and health care that not necessarily everybody wants? I've said it here before. Let's go out and all get student loans, because if you're forced to pay for the health care, they'll be forced to keep you alive so that you can pay back the student loans. So if you don't have a student loan when health care comes in place, get one and go back to school. They'll keep you alive and you'll be able to finish. And we also linked in the school loans and the health care and everything to the IRS. Happens to be one of the few groups that actually walk in and take everything you got without you having broken a law. That's pretty convenient. So if you don't buy health care, they'll take your house or give you a stroke. But then they don't help you because you didn't buy health care. And if you don't have your student loan, then you can't make them pay you. Sounds sort of cyclical. What are these politicians that we have up here going on? The Democrats, oh, we're going to give you a tax break, but we're going to charge taxes to these big companies. Come on, you charge a company is not an entity that makes money. The only people that make money that's useless is the government. Insurance companies, banks, you tax them, well, the money and the cost of that gets pushed right back down to the consumer. So, you tax the bank that I bank with, guess who's going to tax me in the form of a fee and charges? The bank is. So you're not hurting anybody but the average consumer again. Democrats, I'll tell you what, I've been a member of the party for a long time, so I can talk as bad about you as long as I want to. And one thing I learned as a Politico when I was active in the party, some Democrats are just as nasty or nastier than any Republicans I ever met. So don't think you're this all pretty wonderful party, because you're not. And I know you personally, I could name some personally, and they've been in office. Republicans, hell, you just need to sort of quit trying to say the ultimate decision to make money is to fire people. You know, there are more creative ways. You Harvard graduate guys, you know, and a lot of y'all are in Washington, it's okay to make money just by firing people. CEOs make $20 million a year, or we're just going to can these other people so we can keep making our $20 million a year. That's a lot of what Republicans do. These are the people that are in our government. Right now, I think they're royally messed up. They can't make up their mind, can't make up a direction. We've got a president that goes out here and bows down to everybody. He wants to be everybody's buddy. Well, I tell you what, some people you shouldn't be friends with, and that's just the way it is. Rumor says now he's telling somebody he's Islamic. Well, probably last week he was telling somebody he was Israeli. And probably the week before that he was Afghan. And the week before that he was part Russian. And the week before that he was part Chinese. Speaking of Chinese, if we're not careful, we'll all be speaking Chinese real soon, because they're slowly buying away at this country because of the way things are going that direction. That's the way I feel. Happy 4th of July. Remember our men and women overseas, who, regardless of the manure that's being handed out of Washington, they're still willing out there to die for us and our freedom. And while I wind down a little bit, we've got something special for you for a 5-year anniversary. We've got 3/5 of the band, the Situationals. The others missed out on a wonderful time. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the band Situationals. Glad you're here. Happy 5 years for us and you too.
Thank you.
The wind, and the waves crashing down now on the bay. Don't you know what you've replaced? Rising waters here to stay. Hurricane, your wind is getting in my way. Yeah. I was a child who once was at play, strayed too long, who never meant to stay. And all the ripples of that heated August day, for the feet and the face of the tired wave. Show hanging over me, and I don't want any of your input, please. For all I care, hang down till that eye of yours can see that I'm soaked now as I'm ever gonna be. That I'm soaked now as I'm ever gonna be. Living sunny days I thought would always be. A little rain and every laugh don't mean the sea. Now this floor is a story coming out from under me. Hurricane, hurricane, hurricane. Your wind is getting in my way. Yeah. Hurricane, your wind is getting in my way. Yeah.
Yay! All right. Excellent. You've been listening to 3/5 of the band, The Situationals. I'm Ben Copeland, the modern Renaissance man. You're not, but you can be if you want to try harder. Anyway, we're doing dueling cameras. I got you, Lisa. Hey, 5 years. Here we are, 5 years on the show. And before we go any farther, celebrating 5 years, I want to bring out somebody who's been significant in the program, my special blurb co-host, who's actually here for the 5-year anniversary. Kate S. Copeland, come on out. All right. Well, howdy do. You look great. Beautiful dress. I like that. No necklace tonight. You said a good Sands necklace, huh? Sands meaning none.
I have no idea where you got that one.
I don't know. But you usually come out with wolf things and...
Oh, excuse me if I lost them all.
Oh, we'll have to get something else in. But you got a cool ring on. I see that. Those are nice. That's pretty.
It's from since grade trip.
Oh, guess well with the dress.
What?
Anyway, guess well with the dress. Happy 5 years. Kate's been in the show. Kate started with the show when she was 11. You were 11, right?
Yeah.
And Kate was what we called our junior grip, and then progressed up to doing she was the key on doing the Roman host cam. We had a lot of footage of that. You were basically aired at 11 years old on TV with camera work. That was pretty cool. Well, before we're going to do, guess what we got? We got gifts. We're going to do some gifts. 5-year gifts is what we're going to do here. Claim to fame is that we always give stuff away on the anniversary show. So why don't you toss that one over to the band, toss that one over to Candace, and toss that one. Yeah, toss that one to Todd. Oh, good. Hey, that's good. Toss that one to Kelly. Go. And we ain't done yet. So throw that one at Lisa on the camera. That's right. We're gonna make him wake up. Woo.
Thank you.
And Dan better give her a change camera. He's gonna toss that one to Ron.
A t-shirt camera.
Whoa, here we go. And toss this one over to Ron, to Linda.
Okay, backwards Linda.
Whoa, good catch, Ron. Let's see where we go. Oh, here we go. Let's try one more thing. Oh, here we go. And toss this one to George. Throw that to George.
We got George.
Hey, George. See, George.
Don't toss it all the way down the
We have
bottom.
another special. We got a special camera operator. Hadn't been on this a long time. George hadn't been here in a while.
Yeah.
George, it's been about 2 years since you joined us, George. Something like that, right? That's probably whatever. Anyway, and then Lisa's been with us about 3 years. Ron's been about 4 years, and the people you don't see in the control room, Dan and Dean, they've been here since day one. And of course, Jennifer's been here a little bit longer than 5 years, and you've been longer than 5 years. Anyway, with that, let's see. We can throw this one. You'll throw this one somewhere. That's Jennifer. Just throw that one back there. She'll come in. Oh, she's way up there. That's right. She's up in the crow's nest. Yeah, woo!
Almost at it.
And we'll throw these at Dan and Dean when they go in the parking lot, and we'll hit them in the back as they leave. There's yours.
Thank you.
And for those of you that, we got one that has a good shape to it here. Well, I know I'm messing with Dan. He's back there. Hey, just keep dodging this and that. What's he doing? Oh, that's 5 years. We didn't even want to. I'm going to show you one of these. This is something you can do at home on a reasonable cost. Unfortunately, it's the special is that you get a plain front shirt with a pocket. Usually I put a design on the front, but due to real, work constraints, in other words, making money to buy the shirts, to do the show and have all that, I had to pay for all this, so I had to have a job. Anyway, you don't have a special, but you got a pocket, so at least you got a pocket this time. And but the backside come out pretty well this year. And so it came out 5 years, the Modern Renaissance Man, July 2010. And you can make these. I started to bring them, I'll bring them on another show. I bought window screen at a local hardware store. Got some letters from a copy shop. Tediously mounted them to the screen. Bought just regular old spray paint. And through learning how to layer over the last few years and actually using my compressor to actually make it a little bit easier. You can do about, what we did, Jennifer, did 6 shirts to a screen.
Yeah.
So we did 4 screens this time. First year we tried to do it 2 and they got real light. But real proud of them, real proud of everybody that's been here part of the show. Thanks to Jennifer coming up with the black. So start with that. Our local cheap store had gray shirts, so we went gray with it this time instead of white. So this is something else new for 5 years. If you were here, you would have one. You should have been here. Well, guess what? You lost out. What's this? Huh? Well, see, if you were medium, you could wear a medium. You lost out. Dan and Dean, they should have stayed in the control room. I think I got a couple extra I can wear. I got a bag full here. You should have come and visited the show.
I need large.
Large? Large for Dan? Well, there it says Dan has a large on it. Sure does. What do you know? Too bad, Dan. You should have come in here. Dean. Then the show would have stopped probably. Large for Dean. Is that right, Dean?
Yeah.
Does he say right? Well, it will be. If you don't fit, then you better lose weight. Biggest we got is extra large. So if you need more than an extra large, we'll give you 2. That's the best we can do with that. Well, we had some fun here on the show. I haven't finished watching all the Wolf movies yet. What do you call them?
Twilight Zone?
Twilight, yeah, the vampire. I want to watch the wolf one. Isn't that the second one where it focuses more on the werewolves? Yeah, I gotta get to that one. I did finish the other one. The first one finally.
I better finish by next week.
Yeah, that's when it comes out, right? I was thinking about it. I know I had a deadline. Is everybody into the Twilight saga?
Has anyone even watched it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
We're down to 5 minutes. Somebody's speeding up the tape. That ain't right. How did we get down to 5 minutes? I didn't talk that much.
Well.
That's good music. Well, you know, when I get on my soapbox, I just start talking. That's just the way it goes. Speaking of things we'll talk about, over the 5 years, what jumps out of your mind is some of the fun, wild stuff or whatever things? Anything particular?
The guy crawled across the floor to get the soapbox.
Now that was funny. The guy crawled across the floor. We shoot this like a live show for those of you who haven't figured it out, and that's why we put almost live, because it actually is taped. But we don't stop the camera. We decided after a couple tapings that that didn't follow the flow of the show. So we once had the boxes in the way of the camera. So of course the obvious thing to do was have somebody crawl on their belly like a snake and move the box. Of course that made sense.
No, we didn't get on tape. That would have been funny.
And then we had stuff. We had Dixie Copeland, who's one of the supporters on here at the show, and she just talks. She got down, sit down there, and it's just like, who is this woman? Where's my sister? And why? How can I get her to talk?
And when Ari fell down during Christmas.
Oh yeah, Ari was jamming. Ari's the guitarist on Wavy Space that was here, and she was just jamming out, just all over, fell all over back, all over the amplifiers, and she is just playing the whole time, just going backwards. That was a hoot with that. We had some funny stuff. We had some interesting things that you haven't seen. Also, like coming in, all of a sudden we just realized we undershot by about 4 minutes of show, and me and Dan and Dean are out in the parking lot like, oh, what do we do? So we come back in and fixed out something real good and made it happen. We've had times where we've actually have had bad audio on the band, so we just reshot the band and was able to plug it in and make it fit. So come down and help make some dreams come alive. Public TV stuff going on. Have you heard of sedation dentistry? I just heard about that today.
Well, and I talked about that.
Sedation dentistry?
Last week.
You pop a little white pill and go to the dentist. Have you heard about that? I mean, I guess you just what? I guess it's like a mild Valium, you know. So I can see it now, pulling somebody over. You know, you're so weaving there. I'm on the way to the dentist. You know. That's right. I saw that on the Modern Renaissance Man. Take your dope and go get your tooth work on. Well, we're into enough for society. Funk Brothers. Anybody ever heard of the Funk Brothers? You heard of the Funk Brothers? You haven't heard of them, have you? You have probably heard of their music, though. Funk Brothers are the ones that basically made Motown happen. They are all the background guys that wrote a lot of the music, did a lot of the music for the Supremes, Marvin Gaye. Oh, I don't know. You bet you think of anybody in early Motown, but there's a bunch of neat musicians. Have y'all heard?
Sure.
You really? Sure, I would think. Yeah, of course you've heard. But they've got some stuff out. I just saw finally on History Channel. They put on that special show they got. I see the rabbit ears coming up over there. Shut up over there. That's a peace symbol. Peace to you too. If you're not following, you have to be on this side to see that side. But since you're not on that side, you can only see this side. Okay, hopefully you're enjoying the side you're on. 5 years. We had some good times. Had eaten a lot of pizza. Y'all eating a lot of pizza. I quit eating pizza. I had to stop eating before the show because I found myself smacking my lips when I was watching it later. And that was pretty disgusting. Library, Charlotte Mecklenburg. We'll talk some more about that later. Hey, let's go out and build some more monuments and get some more athletes, and let's do some more bike lanes for a bunch of old men running around in their underwear with fancy helmets and numbers on, and Let's close the library. One of the free things in Charlotte. Hey, let's close it. Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools wants to send students to the library. Guess what? You can't go. It's closed. Kate and I used to go regular. That's
Go to
closed.
bookstores. Okay.
Go to bookstores. It's just not. There's a little library. That's cool. Library is great unless you're late. One of the best movies. We show a movie. Here's a movie. See that movie right there? Well, I can't show it to you because I couldn't get to the library. It's closed. So no movie tonight. City council, city manager, you should be fired. I will not vote for any of you. I don't care what party you're affiliated to. Charlotte Library used to be the greatest thing. Guess what? You're trying to ruin it. Let's all get our spandex underwear, ride on our bicycles, and go to a Panthers game. How about it? I'm getting back on my soapbox, ain't I? Kate, it has been great watching you come on the show. Stay tuned for wonderful musical specials. I think we're on this amount of time as I get already that, or I'm doing okay tonight. Watch our specials. We'll have Situational on again on some musical specials and make out of them. We'll do some blurb specials with them. We've got some others coming up. We've got some neat bluegrass kind of music coming up. You haven't seen that coming up this year. I think we're supposed to do something with the set. Dan says I need to do something. Anyway, what does he know? Thanks to the camera people who helped make this show and the 5 years the best that they've been. Thank Zano, my director, Dean Smart on audio, Jennifer manages the green room, Linda who helps her, Ron, Lisa, George, Kate. Thank you, Kate. It's been wonderful having the show. Let's go on some music by the Situationals. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Never thought that this day would ever come.